Hey everybody, Brian Trow coming to you from Mossy Creek Fly Fishing with your fly fishing forecast. The date for today is Monday, the 11th of March. We had kind of a wild weekend. Lots and lots of rain fell on Saturday, a lot more than they predicted. So a lot of our small streams and especially our larger rivers got really big, and some are going to be big for a couple days. So let's kind of get into that. We had the rainfall. We had actually thunder, lightning, and hail on Saturday in large parts of the valley. So kind of some wild March weather, which you would expect when the temperature's swinging so much. Yesterday, last night, and today, the wind is just ripping. We had some wind gusts yesterday on the ridges over 50 miles per hour. So that also brought in some snow squalls and some snow to the west. So the whole Allegheny front this morning is white. If you go over into West Virginia, they have a pretty good shot of snow yesterday and last night, and pretty chilly out there this morning. So wind, definitely four-letter word for fly fishermen, makes things a bit challenging. But looks like this afternoon that's going to start to calm down. Got another night below freezing tonight, and then it is really going to warm up. They're showing 60s Tuesday, 70s by Thursday, 70s Friday, 60s Saturday. So a good extended shot of warm air that's coming in here. A little chance of rain on Friday. So that's going to bode really well for our fishing, for our trout fishing in particular. As soon as this wind calms down and things start to warm up, all of you who are kind of jonesing to get out there and get after some brook trout or go fish your favorite delayed harvest or spring creek, this is going to be a really great week to do that. And the weekend's looking really good as well. So for those of you who are musky fishermen or trying to get out on our larger rivers, going after some early season smallmouth and largemouth, check your gauges, check your USGS gauges, because we have some really high water around, and particularly to our west, like over in West Virginia, they got a lot of rain. It's going to take several days for those streams to kind of come back down, calm down, turn that nice greenish color, margarita green that we like so much. But it should happen in the next few days. So keep an eye on that for your bigger streams. Up in the mountains, there's a lot to look forward to, a lot to be excited about. Bugs are starting to hatch like crazy. Early season caddis are hatching. Your quills are hatching. So more and more as we go later in this week and it gets warmer and warmer and warmer, your windows are going to start to open up, meaning instead of only having like an hour or 2 hours of really good activity through the day, it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, which is awesome. So for those of you who love going up in the mountains and fishing, grab your gink, grab your desiccants, okay, because you're going to be getting a lot of action on top. You still want to scour the bottoms with nymphs here and there. You still want to fish them early in the morning, especially if we have a cooler morning like tomorrow morning. But really have your dry flies ready to rock and roll, okay? And as far as the stock trout waters, like further down the hill, get out and enjoy your favorite delayed harvest. A lot of them are getting stocked for the second time or even the third time. And those can be a lot of fun. Our bigger streams further down are a little more conducive to Euro nymphing and high sticking and fishing streamers and swinging streamers, just because they're bigger water. So make sure you've got appropriately sized streamers for that. It looks like it's going to be pretty sunny the next few days. So make sure you've got some creolex, make sure you've got some golden retrievers, things that really throw a lot of light and shine. We always like to fish whites and golds and chartreuses and your bright colors. We fish those on these bright sunny days, which we're going to have several of here back to back. So get ready for all that. The spring creeks, let the wind die down a little bit. There's not a lot of relief from the wind when you're out fishing places like Buffalo Creek and Mossy Creek. They're out in meadows, they're out in pastures, and so sort of like when you're in Montana, when that wind blows, there's not a lot of places to hide from it like there is up in our forested streams. But by tomorrow and the next day, things should calm down. It should be quite good out there. Keep a lower profile when it's sunny like this. Even if we get a little bit of color to the water, that'll clean up pretty quickly, and you'll want to kind of get a little bit lower Take a low profile when you're working in the middle of the day with the sun shining like it is. Sculpin minnows, mad tom minnows, small fall fish imitations, those have been working best. Remember what I told you all a couple weeks ago about eggs, okay? A lot of these fish are going to be moving to spawn. The fall fish will start to spawn soon. You can see them if you catch a fall fish or two. You'll see they'll start getting colored up, just like a lot of fish do. They'll turn purple, and so you'll start to kind of see the signs of your spring egg layers coming on, and that's important to note so that you can be fishing the right flies when you're out there this spring. Beaver Creek's been fishing really well. The South River's been fishing really well. Again, kind of look at your gauges. Our larger trout streams are fishable today, but they're going to be pretty big, pretty swollen for a day or two, and then they'll kind of get back down to normal levels. So we have water temps on the rise. I believe last week when I was doing the forecast, it was like 43-ish degrees, and we had some water temperatures this morning in the Blue Ridge around 47, 48. That's a big difference, all right? So just 4 or 5 degrees from one week to the next can really get more fish on the move. Be looking as it warms up through this week and certainly into next week for those fish to begin to move out of those community pools, out of those spots where they've been kind of stacked up since the drought, stacked up all winter long. They don't love being on top of each other. They do it out of necessity when that's the only habitat available. That's where they'll move into. But with these sustained higher waters and bugs popping off and their metabolism starting to ramp up, they'll begin to leave those pools and get into little tiny lies. I always tell people for these brook trout, you know, if it's big enough for your foot to fit in it and there's water flowing in it and out of it, they can hold in it. So as you're walking from really fishy pool to the next fishy pool, keep testing the waters, okay? Try a couple spots here and there, just kind of, I'll have a dry fly and just kind of touch the spots before I walk past it. And if you start picking up bites, then you know it's time to slow down your pace. You're walking past fish or walking over fish, okay? It's pretty easy to get fixated on the next pool. That should start up here in the next week or two, depending on where you are. So in the winter, it's not very productive water, and we are transitioning quickly into spring. So anyway, things have been bustling here at the store. We've got all kinds of stuff coming up. We have the fly fishing film tour that's going to be shown at Court Square Theater here in Harrisonburg next week. So go online, get your tickets for that. You go to the F3T's website and you just scroll down to, I believe it's March 19th, and you can just click on that and you can buy your tickets there. And we're going to be donating proceeds to Massanutten chapter of Trout Unlimited. So that's always a good time, a lot of fun down there. We have lots of prizes and giveaways. So if you all can make it down to the fly fishing film tour next week, we would love to see you all there. We have new tie-in stuff coming in every single day, spring product coming in every single day, open house coming up next month in April, barbecue, speakers, giveaways, raffles, all the fun that we always have. So a lot to look forward to through the shop here. And be on the lookout for, excuse me, more and more videos. So we're trying to give you guys as much content as we possibly can, make everybody a little bit better angler, make sure everybody's having fun out there, being observant and figuring stuff out on the water. So if you need some places to go this upcoming weekend, everything's in play. From up in the mountains all the way down, all the water should be good and fishing well. So we want to spread people out and make sure that if you've got some new places you want to explore, that we can help you get on the water. So give us a call, email us, or better yet, stop by the shop and say hi, and we'll grab the map and get you out on the water. All right, I'll see you all next week.